Welcome back, y'all. Nancy from Nancy's Notions, and I have a haul clip for you. Today is Sunday, May the 18th, and we went to yard sales yesterday. I think I had 8 addresses on my list, but I only went to 3. Well, I actually went to 5, but 2 of them I had the wrong date. So we'll go to them later. But yeah, I only stopped at 3 places. Um, but they were 3 good places. So let's take a look at what I bought at the first sale. So this, not this and not this, or that. Those 2 things are just stuff that's listed waiting to go inside. But everything else that you see here, I got at a church sale. And I've been to this church sale a couple of times before, and usually I only find a couple things, and theirs is a true rummage. Like, they just put out boxes, and you have to dig through them. So, it was worth digging yesterday. So, they actually had things. Usually I only find a few things, but, and then it's just pay what you want. So I paid $30. And this is what I got. So let's start on this end over here. I did buy a tote that had some Barbie things in it. They had some ladies set up inside with just Barbies, like the ones still in the box, and I don't know, they wanted $15 and up for those, but I found these out in the toy section. And this is the first thing. This is a Barbie fashion decorator, and I think it's so you can, what do you call that? Bedazzle. You can bedazzle your Barbie. But it's never been opened, and it is from 1993. It came from, where did I see the stickers? Oh yeah, $16.99 at Toys R Us. So Toys R Us has been gone for a while. So hopefully that's worth something since it's not ever been opened. And, well, I'll just go ahead and show you the other Barbie things. These were also in that same tote. So there's 2 of these Holiday Barbie Collector Series. What year does it say? 1995. And they're both the same. So there's 2 of those. And then there's this one from 2002. Her face is in there. In this big flouncy dress. Keepsake ornament. And then there were 2 figurines, and I do have the boxes for them. This one is, what was it called? Not that one. I don't want to try to take her out of the styrofoam one-handed. Gay Parisine. I don't know how you say that. I thought it was Lucy Wall at first, but it's not. But I guess she's like 1950s Barbie with this little bubble dress. And then the other one is Barbie as Little Red Riding Hood. So we'll see. Hopefully those are worth something. So we got those. I'm going to put this one back in the box so I don't break her. So we'll get those out of the way. There were also a couple of outfits in there. I think they are homemade. They don't have any tags on them, but one is like an evening gown, strapless evening gown with this fur coat. And then the other one is a wedding gown with a veil. You can tell that they are probably vintage just by the snaps. But I may just lot them up and sell them together since they're not branded. Put those over there. Okay. I did get this Pioneer Woman tea kettle, and it needs to be cleaned, but other than that, it's in good shape, and still has the sticker on the bottom, so you know it was only displayed, and it's clean on the inside. I don't hardly ever buy her stuff, but I figured, what the heck. I found a piece of the bottom is purple, like amethyst, but as you go up, it's a little brown. And I knew it was probably a hand-done piece of glass just by the bottom. But then in the sun, I could see this signature, and it says, what did I say it said? Susan? No, Gloria? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at it under with my magnifier. But it is dated 1965. I thought that was a really nice piece. And then we got, who else is a sucker for Richard Scarry? And you hardly ever find them. But this is the Richard Scarry's Look and Learn Library. And it has 4 books in it. Best Stories Ever, Going Places, Things to Know, and Fun with Words. And the box and the spines here are a little discolored, but the books themselves are in really good shape. You can see the color difference just from that. And then inside, I found 1 dog-eared page, but that was all. So it hasn't been written in or bent up or Cheeto fingers or anything. So got that. And we got a couple of plush because, you know, there's always plush. This one is a Thai Beanie Buddy. And I thought he was black, but I think he's kind of brown. Little cat. And he is from 2002. I don't know what his name is, but usually once you give him a little search, you'll find a listing with a name on it. So I got him. And then I found a puppy surprise with 2 little puppies. These are from Hasbro Play School. Pick up something that's a little bigger. 2005. So, and she looks to be in good shape. Just needs a little what's that thing called? Lint roller. And then I found a model. USS Kitty Hawk. This is from Academy. And the box is open, but everything is still sealed in its plastic. One second. Everything is still sealed in its plastic and still on the trees, and all the instructions and the decals and everything are still in there. So I got that. Well, can I get the lid? There we go. And then also got this, which is also still sealed. This is 35th anniversary, the Barbie game, Queen of the Prom. It does have some discoloration, and that is under the plastic. So we'll just have to disclose that because that's not something, I'm not going to open it. I'm going to leave it just like it is. I don't know what year the 35th anniversary was, but that's the year this is from. I'm sure you'll see it on the screen. I will put up comps. 1994 maybe. So, and this was also in the tote with the other Barbie stuff. And then the last thing we got is this. This is Mega Bloks Dragons Crystal Wars. It has 2 instruction books. And I guess we're going to be building something later to see if all the pieces are in there. But I mean, it has, well, this one doesn't have all his arms on, but, or his head. But dragons, there's the wings. I guess this is part of a castle. So yeah, we're gonna give that a shot. And I probably wouldn't have picked it up if it hadn't come with the instructions, or I might have, because, you know, dragons. If I could have figured out, you know, what it went to, then I could just have parted it out. But hopefully all the pieces are there. If they kept the instructions, that's a good indicator. So, all right. So again, we got all of this at one church sale for $30. I will clear the table and put up the next round and see you in a minute. Did get one more thing at the church sale, and it was this tropical fish lamp. And, oh, sorry. It was in the box, but the box is more tape than box. So we're going to throw that away. But I did want to pull out the lamp and make sure it works. And there it is. I've sold this one before. I don't know, usually like $25 to $35. So that's a good one. And that was at the church sale where I paid $30 for everything. And then at a family run estate sale, I got some Christmas things. So, and I did pay the prices that are listed on here. This one is a Santa's Best Christmas in Vermont. Just noticed the antlers are broken on the, oh well, sometimes it doesn't matter. This one is a log cabin, and it does come with a light cord in there, so I haven't taken it out and tested that. We also got a Mr. Christmas church, and there's this insert in there, so when it's on, the church lights up, and then these people walk past the door. You can see them go past the door and the windows on all four sides. It is missing a foot, but I think that can be easily fixed. I'll just have to find something. And I don't think that, at first I thought that maybe something should be on the bottom, but I think that the church just sits on top like that, and it comes apart easily. So, and that does work. I plugged it in at the sale. All the rest of these things I did plug in at the sale, and they work. So there's that. I paid $15 for this. We have a singing Rudolph, dancing musical Rudolph. I do have his box too, and he works. I plugged him in. I guess he sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You'd think I remember it was just yesterday, but I don't. I'm trying to see if there was a brand. Distributed by JCPenney. So he's a JCPenney Rudolph. And he is plug-in, so no batteries. And then we got this Santa who rocks in this chair, and I'm not sure what he says. I did plug him in, and he also works. His pop lights up, and he talks. His mouth moves. And he is, what brand is he? He's also a plug-in. Elko Motionette. I had one of these a while back that was, he was on a horse? No, yes, he was on a rocking horse, and he played a banjo, but he had some stains on him. I had him for like 2 years, and he didn't sell, so I finally donated him. So we'll give this one a shot and see if he sells. What did I pay for him? I think I paid $5 a piece for the Santa and the Rudolph. And then I got this waterfall picture, and it also works. It just needs to be cleaned up. It is missing one little silver nut right here. I thought maybe it might be in my tote, but it's not, so it's just missing. But I mean, other than that, it's fine. It works. And you can either hang it, I think. Yeah, you can hang it, or it has a stand. And let's see. This one is Vision Tack Incorporated from, I don't know what year. Sometimes when I'm filming, I say I can't see the year, and then when I go back and edit, it's right there. But I don't see it on that one, so, but it also works. And I think I paid $5 for that too. I got something else there. Oh, this. I paid $10 for this. But it's this, and I know bells usually don't, but this is a Christmas tree, and it's kind of that, blue-green color. It is a bell. It does still have the sticker on the inside, so that's nice. And it's kind of a frosted glass and clear glass, and then the clear glass star at the top, and that is the color of the glass. It's not flashed. And I paid $10 for that. So, oh, and I also got, I'm not going to try to get these out. There are these brass butterflies and flowers. There's a pair of those. I paid $3 a piece, and then there's a rose in there. That was $1.50. So, and all of that came from the same sale. And then let me just kind of scoot this out of the way, because the other place that I stopped was an estate sale. It was the last day, so it was half price, but I didn't find a whole lot. But I did find this clock, which is like a lacquered wood, and all the numbers are at the bottom. It says "Who cares" at the top. Oh, I guess, does it go like that? Yeah, it goes like that. I'm gonna guess that it, oh, maybe it does work. It's trying. Maybe it just needs a new battery. And I think the hands need tightened up, because that one, oh well, we'll fiddle with it later to see. But I mean, it's kind of fitting. The clock doesn't work if you don't care what time it is. So I thought that was cool. So that would have been, what's that, $1.75 maybe, whatever, half of $3.50. I got this hat either for myself or my husband. I just liked, it's a steel hat and has a wolf on it. It would have been $2. I do need to run it through the washing machine. It's dusty and sweaty. So, I got this book. This is Haley Bible Handbook. This is a small one, like a pocket. It would have been $2.50, and this one is from what year? This one would have been 1955. That's usually whatever's at the end. So 1955. So the inside of the book is in good condition. The outside's a little rough, but sometimes that doesn't matter. And then I got, I don't know, this is just, what does that say on the bottom? I just thought it was cute. Oh, let's see. Genuine Georgia Marble from Rome, Georgia. And it's just a little pig. Just a little pig squeezing through the fence. Everything there was super dusty. And he was $2. And then I tried to buy two Fontanini-like camels. And they didn't have a price on them. So when I got to the checkout, I said, these didn't have a price. She said, oh, they go with a set. So I was like, oh, there's more Fontanini. So she said, go back down there and talk to the lady in the basement. Here's her room. Go back and talk to the lady in the basement and find the rest of them. I'm like, okay. So I went down and she said, well, where'd you get them? I said, I got them off this table over here. Well, on that same table close to where I got the Fontanini camels were 3 like dollar store resin wise men, like the tall, thin, you know, the figures they make, they're just tall and thin. She said, oh, they go with these. I said, well, they're not even the same. They're not this is not a set. But they wouldn't sell them separate. I don't know why. It was the last day of your estate sale. I would have bought them. So I left those behind. Anyway, so the last thing I bought, and this box was $20, so I hope it's worth it. These are tiny. I don't know what gauge this is. Let's see. This will tell me. In scale. So these are tiny. So like that's my. So here's a remote switch that hasn't been opened. This is Lefton. Railroad crossing. Is that what it's for? Yeah, miniature railroad crossing sign, battery operated, and it's just a single. So I don't know. So I got that. Just some extra track. This is also from Toys R Us. For the N-Gauge. And then what is this one at the bottom? I think that's also track. So here's the power pack. AHM N-Scale Model Railroad. So we got that, and some tracks. There's a car wrapped up in there. Let's put this down. The Santa Fe. What brand is this? Bachmann? Oh, you can't see that. I can't see it either. I think it says Bachmann. And then a couple of, this is like a cattle car. It's got slats in it. A box car. A car. What is this one? This is, oh, this one's missing wheels. Is this the caboose? It's not red. Wabash. Lima, Italy. Are the wheels broken? Oh, maybe they're in here. And then a variety of tracks. Oh, here's another. Oh, this looks more like a caboose, but it's blue. I've never gotten a tiny car like, or tiny train like this. This one is Sonic. I can't read what that says. And then this is just 5 pieces of straight track for N-Scale. So, and that one came from KB Toys, another toy store, which I think doesn't exist any longer. So yeah, we got a little bit of train stuff there. And again, that I paid $10 for that box. All right, that's all that we bought at yard sales. I think I paid $100, around about $120 altogether is what I spent. It was just 3 sales, and I'm pleased. I think we'll do all right. A couple of things are going to require a little, I don't know where I'm going to get a foot. I'm going to have to make one. Something here has got to have a rubber foot that's about that size, so we'll figure it out. I did clear, I mean, this is before what I just bought. This is it. I've got a box of Christmas stuff still there. I've got these books that I'm hesitant to list more of until I sell some of the ones that I have listed already, and they don't sell very fast, so I wonder if I ought to increase the size of the lot. I don't know, maybe. And then this is mostly the stuff that I picked up last weekend or weekend before last. I did find that this suitcase is an Avon sample case, so that's fun. I still got to clean it up. I got all my books listed. The only thing left down there is a Mercedes. I think it's Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes service manual, but it's like all of the pages have come, well, not all of them, but a bunch of the pages have come loose, and whoever gathered them up and put them back in there didn't do it in any kind of order. And you know how auto manuals are. They have that weird numbering system, so it's not just like page 1, page 25, it's like 32-78. I don't know. So that's another project. I do need to research it first and see if it's worth it. If it's not worth it, then I'm just going to check it. So, but yeah, I'm pretty proud of how I have really gotten rid or processed through so much stuff, because it was a little overwhelming for a minute, and I was it would make me anxious to see it. I do still have a food processor behind this blue daisy thing. Underneath that table there's a food processor hiding, and I need to do something with that. Some things I just I don't want to have to take it apart. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this haul clip. I will put up comps on the screen for these things as I find them. be they good or be they bad. So you will know also to watch for these things or to walk past them. All right, I hope that everyone else had a great weekend and that you found some things and you sold some things, and we will see you next time. Bye bye. We're back, y'all. Today is Tuesday, May the 21st. I always do that. Y'all probably think that I have zero, I don't own a calendar or anything, but I just have a hard time remembering what the date is, but I'm pretty sure it's 21st. And we have 6 sales today, all of them on eBay. I didn't do my weekend sales. They weren't spectacular. You didn't miss anything. I did have 3 sales yesterday. I sold a pair of coffee mugs on Poshmark that I've had listed since 2022 for $25. So I was surprised on that one. I think I'd have lowered them to at least half that price on both Mercari and eBay. So they were not Jessica Simpson, Jessica McClintock. I don't know. I bought them a long time ago. I paid $2 for them, and they've been taking up residence here for 3 years. So we sold those on Poshmark yesterday. We sold a big gourd, just like a gourd. I had to use a 12 by 12 by 12 box. That's how big it was. And it sold for $30. That was zero buy cost. Someone just gave me that. It still had seeds in it. You could hear them in there. I remember a while back someone had sent me a message and said, "How many seeds are in it?" I said, "I don't know. It's still enclosed, but when you shake it, you can hear them." So I don't know how they thought you'd know how many seeds were in it if you didn't bust it open. And then the third thing was, just like a little auto vacuum. It plugged into your cigarette lighter or PowerPoint or whatever. And I think that sold for $15. I paid $5 for it at a yard sale, which is too much. I hope it works because I didn't test it. I was just lazy and didn't do it. So that's why. But hopefully it works. If not, it's cheap enough. I'll just give them their money back. All right, let's look at today's sales. This was the best Tuesday I've had in a very long time. So let's take a look. All right, not a whole lot of sales, but they were good money, most of them. Well, compared to what I paid, except for this first thing, which is this stoneware bowl. This is a 7-inch diameter, just a stoneware bowl. I could sort of make out something on the bottom, but I don't know what it said. So I'm not sure where I got this. This is something else I've had since 2022. But I did pay $7.50 for it. I have another one that's a bigger size. I think it's like 10-inch. So I'm going to guess that I paid $15 for the two of them. Because they're almost identical except for the size. So, but someone sent me an offer of $14 for this, and I jumped on that because you've been here a long time and it's time for you to go. So the second thing we sold was the Sunny Toys puppet, and she's like 28 inches high. Her clothes were not original. I did just end up taking the shirt off. I got her at a yard sale a few weekends ago. I took the shirt off. The pants I left on, they do have Velcro that sticks to her. So the shoes are original. She originally came with a raincoat, I think. And she does still have the little, hey. And I had to use Google Lens because she has 0 tags. So I think they were originally sold at Walmart, and it's called Sunny Toys, S-U-N-N-Y. And I paid $2 for her at a yard sale, and she sold for $17. I had her listed for $20 and took a $17 offer. And then last year at a yard sale, I bought a whole lot of Boy Scout neckerchiefs, and every once in a while I sell one. So I paid $3 for all of them, so it worked out to be 43 cents a piece. This one sold for $9, and it doesn't have a insignia or anything on it. It's just green with white trim, and they paid priority shipping. So maybe you need it fast, or maybe you just don't trust Ground Advantage. I don't know who else lives in Tennessee, but do you believe that the state is built on an entirely on an anthill? Ants everywhere. Okay. Anyway, we've had a lot of rain, so they're inside. Moving on. Our next sale, which was one of the best sales of the day. This is a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, and it's not in the best of shape. The cover is not. It has writing on the inside, but the book itself, besides a little yellowing, is in good condition. I paid $1 for this. I don't know where. I'm gonna get, usually Bibles and Bible books I get at estate sales, but this one doesn't have a price written in it, or where I've erased a price, so I'm not sure. I don't think I've had it that long. I think I got it last year, and again, I paid $1 for it. This book sold for full price of $75 today, so that's a good one. They paid for media mail, but I'm probably going to look to see what it'll cost to ship it priority. That way I can put it in a priority box, because I don't want anything to happen to it. So, that doesn't guarantee nothing will happen to it, but it stands a better chance than with media mail, where it may take forever to get there. This this is a set of 7 Perry Stone books, Unusual Prophecies Being Fulfilled. I think this Perry Stone is out of Cleveland, where I live, but these actually sold through the international or global shipping program or whatever. They're going to the UK. So these came in a fill-a-bag for $5. So then I got some other books. So I paid $1.67 for these, and they sold for $25. And then our last sale and best sale of the day. This is one of my husband's things. I think this may have either came from a bin store, maybe. But it's a Parker. This is the least exciting thing, but the most expensive. Thermostatic expansion valve. I think they're for air conditioners. And it is open box, so it's still in its packaging here. Has all the paperwork and everything. And I don't know what my husband paid for it, so I put zero buy cost, and I do just give him the money for the stuff that he has me list, and take out a percentage for packing and supplies and stuff. So I don't know what the buy cost is, but it sold for $175. So sometimes the boring things bring the best money. All right, that's all the sales that we have going out today. These are all pretty easy packers, so it shouldn't take me long to do it. Although it's raining really hard outside, so I don't mind to stay in here for a little while. If it's still raining when I get done packing, maybe I'll try to put together my they're not Legos, Mega Blocks. I'll play with my blocks. All right, I hope everybody else also had a great Tuesday, and that you made some great sales, and that you enjoyed this What Sold clip, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.